Tottenham win. Tottenham have actually won another game, but we've got another injury. This football club, just when you think you're going to be really happy, just brings you back down. But you know what? Tonight was a good performance. Mikey Moore, 17 years of age, the youngest goal scorer in Europa League. I think the youngest English goal scorer in a European competition or something like that. Ajayi and Dane Scarlett, 3 academy graduates. I mean, imagine that, 17 years of age, off the bench, bags a goal. But Dragusin may have done his ACL. So like I said, just when you think you're on a high, they bring you back down. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you have that subscribe button. It's the 31st of January tomorrow. There's only a few days left of the transfer market. I want to talk about Dragusin's injury first before we get into the game and the goals. Because that injury is massive. And let me tell you why. Van de Ven is just coming back from injury, which means I doubt he will play 90 minutes against Brentford. He played 45 today, looked good, I'm not going to say back to his best because, you know, we are managing his minutes and we're trying to manage it to the best of our ability. Romero is not fully fit. He probably won't start against Brentford, which puts us in a bit of an awkward situation because the club have got a medical team have got to make a decision where if they are going to play Van de Ven for maybe 45 minutes again, do we have Romero fit to play the other 45? Otherwise, it's going to be Archie Gray and Ben Davies again up against Visa and Buemo, and I really don't like the sound of that. Archie Gray played a full 90 today. Ben Davies played a full 90 today. Pedro Porro again played another 90 today. You know, I don't know what this football club... It's like we're trying to run Pedro Porro into the ground. You know, in terms of the lineup, I kind of makeshift 11. Richarlison comes in. Son comes in. Probably the strongest lineup we've played in a while. But there's not a lot of first teamers in there. You know, when everyone's fit, Gray probably won't start. When everyone's fit, Davies won't start. Austin won't start. Moore, Richarlison won't start. But it was a strong enough team to beat this, which I'm not going to lie, I don't know any of their players. It's a very, very good finish to the Europa League. How can we be 15th in the Premier League, but 4th in the Europa League? I mean, if that doesn't explain to you how poorly we have been in the Europa League, in the Premier League, then I don't know what will. In terms of the game, I actually thought that we would, when we was 0-0 in the 65th minute, I had a bad feeling that we were going to draw the game. And we actually come away with the Europa League with 17 goals scored, which is the second, actually the joint top, the most in the competition with Lazio, 9 goals scored, the second best goal difference. Only lost 1 game against Galatasaray. We are actually in a very good position going into the last 16 where we will play Midtjylland, AZ Alkmaar, Sociedad, or Galatasaray. Now, the one I do not want to play is Galatasaray, as they've already knocked us out of, already beaten us once this season in the Europa League. So that's kind of where we sit. In terms of the actual goals, 3 really good goals. Ajayi's goal for me was very, 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 very good. Kind of what you want to see from a winger, get the shot away early. Dejan Kulusevski comes off the bench, you know, creates something yet again, sends in a quality left-footed cross, and as a typical centre-forward would, they get on the end of it and made it 1-0. And Dane Scarlett deserved that. You know, a lot of the reports coming out that he's working really hard, he's trying, and I'm happy for him. I really am, because he hasn't had it easy. He's gone out on loan to Ipswich and Millwall, and he's been out on loan at, you know, a few other championship clubs and League One, and he only got recalled 10 days ago. and now he's popped up with a goal in the Europa League. And that's a massive goal, because if we didn't win today, if we drew, we would have dropped down maybe to 7th or 8th in the Europa League, which then, of course, would affect who we would play in the last 16. And then, Ajayi comes on in the 81st minute for Richarlison. What an impact on the pitch for a matter of 3 minutes. He drives from that right-hand side, touch with his right foot, bangs it with his left foot. Dane Scarlett lays him off, and it's in the back of the net. And that is a top goal. And that's a 20-year-old, 19-year-old. And then Mikey Moore, gets the ball 35 yards up, rolls the defender, shows his strength, shows his determination to battle, keeps going, goes out on that right-hand side, and then just hits it down to the goalkeeper's right and in the back of the net. And we're 3-0 up, and that was pretty much the last kick of the game. In terms of the match stats, we battered them, which you would expect. You would expect us to. They're playing, in the Swedish division, but more shots by a country mile. 11 shots on target, 82% possession, 800 passes. Surely that's not far off a record in the Europa League, with 92% passing accuracy. Absolutely no complaints today, apart from that injury. That injury is so fucking frustrating, man. It's like, it almost feels like at times with this football club, it almost feels like it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Every single time something goes positive for us, we just get pulled back into our seat. You get off and you're back down. Now, I will say one thing. The Brentford game on Sunday is huge. It is huge. Jamie Carragher actually said on an interview that if we don't win one of our next 3 Premier League games, then questions are going to be asked about Ange Postecoglou and his position at the club. Now, I looked at our next 3 games, and everyone knows my opinion on this manager. And these fixtures are disgusting. Brentford away, Man United at home, Ipswich away, Manchester City at home, Bournemouth at home, Fulham away. In between all that, Liverpool in the cup and Aston Villa in the cup. That is disgusting. Absolutely filth set of fixtures. It doesn't get any easier after the Fulham game. Chelsea, Forest in there as well. I don't think we'll beat Brentford. I do think we'll lose that game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think they'll go down Porro. Porro must be knackered. I think they'll keep attacking down his side. They've got lots of goals. They've got Visa. They've got Buemo. I'm not particularly confident about any of these games. We will win a game somewhere. I hope it's Liverpool and Villa to stay in the cups. But Brentford away on Sunday, yeah, I am not looking forward to that one bit. In terms of the Europa League, though, we're in a really good position. We don't have to play a playoff game, thankfully, which means we can try and rest and rotate our players a bit more, knowing that we don't have to play a Europa League game now until March. But that injury is just... it's so frustrating, because that means now Romero or Van der Ven, one of them is going to be rushed back too early, and they're probably going to pick up an injury again. And, you look at the transfer window, we're crying out for defenders. We are crying out. But the priority focus is Matthias Tell. As much as I'll take Matthias Tell, for me, there's bigger priorities. We don't have an out-and-out DM, someone who can sit there and sweep up. We've got awful defensive depth. Left back, we've got Ben Davies playing there or Jed Spence playing there. I don't mind Jed Spence, but centre backs at the moment, we've had Archie Gray and Dragusin play for the best part of 5 weeks, and now Dragusin's out, and we're going to have to rush back Romero and Van der Ven, which tells me that with Van der Ven's recent hamstring issues, it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up picking up another knock, very, very soon. I don't know. Like, it's there's people now saying that Ange's training methods is one of the reasons why um one of the reasons why Radu Dragusin's picked up a knock. Like, let's have a look. I'm just watching it back in the background. I don't. Yeah, like, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like. I'm out.